we wanted to jump on here and we want to mainly talk to a lot of our videographers and photographer and fellow wedding friends. A lot of stuff has happened in this world, which leads a lot of questions.
For sure.
I think first, I actually have a lot of peace and excitement about this next season.
Yeah.
I think that this is almost a given opportunity to do something amazing. But we know that there's some serious things that we're dealing with and that we're talking about. So we just thought we'd jump on here to see how everybody is. So if you have questions as we're going, you guys, I'm on Facebook and we're over here on Instagram, and we can just jump on questions and stuff and answers. So we'll be on here as long as you guys.
But yeah, we know some brides are going to be jumping on, and we know that we have other photographer and videographer friends that are going to jump on. But we just kind of wanted to talk with mainly our photographer and videographer friends.
Yes.
Because I know that during this time, it gets a little sketchy as far as cancellations and postponements of weddings and things like that. And I think the best that we can do at this time is kind of just be there for our brides and make sure that we're there to give them the best support during this time, because I know it's stressful for us, but we also have to realize that it's definitely stressful for our brides as well, because they had this whole day planned and they wanted everything to be perfect and beautiful and things like that, and then this thing came up out of nowhere for all of us, really.
Right.
And now the date that they planned is either going to be pushed back later, and right now the uncertainty of it is what is scaring everybody, and we just want to make sure that we are being as supportive as we can for every situation that comes up. So I know that we've been telling people that, hey, just tell us what date you guys have, and then we'll make things work for you guys, and we'll figure things out on our end to make it all work. So yeah.
I think the best thing that we can do, as Ernie said, is really show up for our brides. So I think one thing that Ernie and I are very committed to is we made a commitment with all of our brides, just as you photographers and videographers have, and no one expected any of this stuff to happen. No one planned for that. So, do you want to plug that in?
I guess.
Yeah. So I think that what's really, really important is that we all bind together for our couples that we have. So our brides and grooms that they're being kind of bombarded, like Ernie said, they planned the most amazing, the most special day of their lives, and now they're being bombarded telling them they can't do this, or they are unable to do this, or I'm not willing to do this. And I think, I know our motto, and everybody may be different, but I think our motto definitely is, let's make this work. We're your photographers, we're your video, we are your team, and we kind of always say that we're here for the journey, and your journey just happens to have this as a part of it. So I think for photographers out there to really, it's right in the keys. See it? Boom, right by your finger. Yep. Sorry guys, we had our Facebook section go off.
That's all right. Just keep
I think I saw Bliss going, hi Bliss. Ha. She's actually in the other room. So anyways, I think that that is the biggest thing that you can do is, be that light, that encouraging, be the one that brings hope, right? So tell your brides, and you guys may have to look at what you need to do. I know our contract, we're being flexible as far as, we're letting them apply their retainer to the new date and all that stuff. So, we're doing all of that stuff. So I think that's really important, is that ultimately, I know for us, our job is to serve our brides, and we absolutely love our brides and grooms, our couples. So our job is really to be there and serve them. So as far as cancellations and postponements, I think that it's really important. It's really our chance to show up the best. You know, I think there's a lot of panic in the world, and there's a lot of ugliness, even going to the grocery store. And I think how amazing would it be if all of us photographers, videographers really decided as an industry we're going to band together and do whatever we can for our brides and grooms.
Yeah, and we know with all the cancellations and postponements, like there's a number of vendors that have to kind of figure out their schedule, and not the whole team is going to be able to make it. But I know that the brides and grooms are doing their best as far as just making things work, and honestly, we just want to be there for them and be there for them. Yeah, Sophia's trying to get Facebook Live to go back on.
Sorry, guys.
It's chill. I got you. Go ahead.
Cool. The other very real thing, I think that if you guys have questions too, like, feel free to jump on there with any questions. If you guys are dealing with some particular stuff, we don't have all the answers. I don't think any of us do, but we could definitely help be that bouncing board to figure out what, you know, where can you go from here, right? So I think another really real thing that a lot of us photographers and videographers are dealing with is cash flow. So
yeah, with all the cancellations and all the things happening, so for us photographers, we know that we usually get a payment right before a month before a wedding, and with everything getting pushed back, we're trying to figure out what to do as far as like what's next month going to look like, what's the next 2 months, because we don't actually know when it's going to end. So I know that this is a time to try and get creative, and that is what is going to get us through it, really. I have some ideas as far as breaking up that last payment possibly and offering a discount if they want to go month to month, just to get cash flow going in these next few months as a possibility, just to get things going. And like, I haven't even talked to any of the brides or even like Fee about this, but it's definitely something to keep on mind, and I know everyone's thinking of possible solutions for that as well. Right?
yeah, I'm trying to see if this is our feed.
You're fine. You can see it when it comes up.
Yeah. You haven't even gone live.
That's why.
Ha! That's why I couldn't find it. But yeah, so I think that is, and I think, I think it's the beautiful time about this time in this season is really being able to be creative, right? And I think that, we're a part of this mastermind group, and I think it was really awesome to see everybody come together, and really talk about the realness of what's happening. I thought that was pretty cool. And I think that, as far as, I know we all have bills and stuff like that. So I think you need to evaluate like where you are. I think that, the wise business, on a business perspective, the wise thing would be to kind of look at what your expenses are, and you need to minimize your expenses.
Absolutely.
So in order to keep cash flow, minimize your expensive. Now, if that means looking at your personal budgets and stuff, like look at, like, do I get rid of cable? There's no sports to watch anyways. Do I get rid of XYZ?
NFL and NBA Game Pass is free for the next month, so there's definitely lots of sports to watch right now.
But I think that, looking and being creative in that way, and this isn't everyone's forever, and I think that's also really important to remember. Like, this is not going to be your forever.
Yeah.
So I think you have to do something in the meantime in order to make sure there's a stabilization for you so that you will make it out on the end. So I think being wise as business owners in lowering down your expenses and really looking at that.
I think one of the great things that was said yesterday was like, instead of looking at the particular situation, try to take a look from 10,000 up here, from 10,000 feet, just to be able to look at the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because if you just look at the current situation, you're just going to see despair and craziness. But if you're able to kind of step back a little and just kind of look at what opportunities are there,
Yeah.
we may be able to get through those pieces. Another thing that was said yesterday is do whatever it takes. Like if you need to get another side hustle at the moment, do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
right now we don't know when it ends, and if you need to go jump and go to Amazon or do whatever, Uber Eats is an option.
Dude, Uber Eats is going to be bumping,
But
you guys.
but whatever it takes to make
Yeah.
the cash flow go is what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do, right?
Right. I mean, I think as business owners, and whether you're solopreneurs or you have a team or whatever, I think the goal is to survive this, right? And you're going to survive this. We're all going to survive this. So I think it's really being wise in what decisions, you're making. So, like Ernie said, you can look at what your possibility is for payments, what that's going to look like, minimizing that, because that one will bring stress off of your brides. And two, it will also bring stress off of you. I think looking for solutions is going to be the gold in your life, because you're going to pull yourself away like staring at a problem. So I think that's one of the biggest things also to look at is
Try to find the solutions.
trying to
for
find
all of our
solutions
things
for
like
stuff
that.
instead of sitting there focusing on your problem and focusing on the emails. I mean, I'll be really honest. Last week there was a day where, you just see email after email after email. Like our kids are home from school, and the soccer clinic is closed and soccer games are canceled. Like our whole world just started to stop. And then it was a flow of postponements, right? So I think that instead of focusing on that, I think one of the things I would say that gold from anybody who I've talked to about this is turn off your news feed.
Yeah.
Turn off your notifications, turn off your Facebook notifications, turn off your news notifications, and you take control of how you're going to inform yourself. So I think that's a really big factor.
Yeah, one of the things that Nick Unsworth said for us before was notifications don't allow that to update you from time to time. You just go into it and look at it at your own pace, at your own time, instead of getting bombarded with random things all the time. So I think that's definitely something we can take into place right now as far as any news apps, Twitter, or anything, as far as getting any updates on it. I know you want to stay informed, of course, but don't let it dictate your whole day.
Yeah, I actually select 2 times in the day that I look at the news, and I'm very particular of where I'm looking. So I don't go to actually any of the news thing. I go to my county's information, and if the president has spoken on something, I'll look at that. But other than that, the media likes to throw rumors out, and I don't want to get caught up in that, and I don't want to get caught up in the drama of that. So I think that's really important. So anyways, as far as...
And then the last thing for just photographers, videographers, all wedding people is to get your mind right around everything.
Yeah.
Keep your head up over it, that there will be an end, and keep looking toward that end.
Definitely.
That it's going to finish, and then whoever gets out of this still doing it is going to be on top at the end of it.
Yeah, and I think that's actually going to be what determines it.
If you're going to be a world changer, if you're going to be that person, then you need to be the one that does it and then gets through it.
Yeah.
And we're paused on all accounts.
Paused. Can they hear us when we're paused?
I mean, we're still recording.
That's good. So anyways, but yeah, I think that that's the biggest thing is really turning off. You have to fight the fear that everybody is feeling. You have to fight the doubt. Be kind. Like, take a position of kindness. Like, when I actually shared this with the people that I was with yesterday, when I was at the grocery store, because I felt like I had to go get some food, right? And Ernie and I were joking about, anyways. But So I go to the grocery store and I was super discouraged because there's like no bread, no like some of the essential stuff that I would normally get. And I think I chose to take a posture of kindness. So I said hi to everybody. I was so grateful people were restocking. So I said hi to them. I asked them how their day was. And at the cashiers, you know, I had a conversation with them and like, how's everybody doing? How are you guys doing? And the lady who was bagging our groceries actually like helped us and like filled our we have little ones home. I don't know. I'm sure everybody does right now. But she filled our loaded up my car for me, and I was like super grateful and just talking to her and I was asking like how is everything, and she's like, you are the nicest person I have met. And I think that's really the key to come out of this. Like, this is the time to be that encouraging, nice person for our brides, for anybody, our just people that you're interacting with. And I think that that's super, super important. But yeah, so.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is I know there's going to be a little bit of fear and anxiety going through this, but courage is doing things despite the fear.
Yeah, that's really good. Can you
Courage
say
is
that
doing
again?
things despite the fear. So, making sure that you keep pushing through, that there may still be fear and anxiety, but still push through and get through it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we
Yeah.
plan on doing this. Actually, we're going to try and do this every day.
Yeah,
And
for
as
sure.
photographers, brides, things pop up and what questions come up, we'll definitely be here to answer. And yeah, we're going to record them all, post them on YouTube, Facebook, all
Yeah.
that madness.
If
Cool.
you have questions, you can leave them below and I'm gonna write them all down so that they're all answered for you guys. I know that a lot of photographers and videographers and people in the wedding industry have a lot of questions because there's a lot more than just showing up on the day, right? So there's a lot of details
Yeah.
and like, you know, systems that you gotta kind of work through. So
And 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 as she said before, is we don't have all the answers. So make that comment section a place where we can discuss different options and
yeah,
things
for
and
sure.
ideas that we can have as far as like solutions for brides, solutions for like everybody, really.
Yeah, definitely. So I
Cool.
think the, you know, I just want to say like we're praying for everybody, and I know that this is a hard time, um, but I'm feeling really encouraged through this because even yesterday, like hearing some of the things that have happened in times like this, that's when really people get a chance to be heroes and people get a chance to be their greatest. So Ernie and I are just trying to be a resource to people, and if you need you know, help in areas, maybe we have that resource, or maybe we have, you know, the answer, we could talk through it. So
Cool. Anyway, let's sign off. I'm Ernie. This is Fiona.
from Ernie and Fiona Weddings, we'll see you
And
guys soon.
cool. Bye.
Bye.